Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are chiming in from around the world. And welcome to our Travel and Vacations Everybody Loves It webinar. I am your hostess, Coach JP, Director Janice Elisa Parker here with Surge 365. And I am telling you, you are in for an amazing, amazing treat. So today we're going to talk about income. Today we're going to talk about not only, earning money in the world of travel, but we're going to talk about your ability to literally be able to travel more and pay less, which is always one of my kind of favorite things. But since we're going to talk about income, let me just dive in really, really quickly and share with you our income disclaimer. And if my grandmother were to tell you what this means, she would say, baby, you can't just talk the talk, you got to walk the walk, right? My young people today say, you know what, you can't just talk about it. You got to be about it. In other words, this is a business of sweat equity. What I love about what we've done with this particular business is we're better than a franchise for several reasons. One is because we have all of the same components. You buy into a system, right? There is a training schedule for you. There is a handbook, and there is the what you need to do already laid out. Like if you do A, B, C, and D, you're going to be successful, right? But unlike a franchise, we don't have those costs that I looked up when I was looking at a Subway, and those costs that I looked up when I was looking at Chick-fil-A, those costs that were associated with even something like a Zero's. What I love about a platform is A, what we market everybody loves, but B, hands down, the compensation plan is the best compensation plan ever. So let's dive into some information. I want you to think, now we just came off of, the holiday. I want you to imagine 8 days and 7 nights. Like, where would you go? If you had 8 days and 7 nights, you did not have to be back to work today. Where would you have gone? I mean, think about it. Would it be Rome? Would it be Paris? Would it be a cruise? Would it be Orlando? Would it be Vegas? The beautiful thing about what we have is this. See, everybody is always looking for a way to find the best price. You know how we do it. We get our phone, we get our pen, and we start writing down all these different prices of all these different websites for the trip that we want to take, right? We want to be able to go where we want, when we want, with whom we want, but we also want to be able to go more often by saving money on what we actually are about to do. Well, our platform allows you to do that. And here's the beautiful thing. Not only do we say that we have the best price, and I know you've seen it on Agoda and Hotwire and Priceline and Travelocity, but this is the thing that they didn't tell you. They didn't tell you that Priceline and Expedia own everybody else. That just kind of was not part of the conversation. So we bounce around from site to site with our little pen, in our paper, in our phone, looking for the best price. And you noticed that the prices are always the same. Like, they're always the same. They're within a few dollars of each other, right? And maybe Expedia's lost its mind and their price is here, but everybody else's price is right here. Well, we're going to show you how to bring the price down to here. Is that all right? So, because once you join us today, you're going to receive your very own wholesale private booking engine. The word wholesale throws people off. So let me give you an idea of what that means. I want you to picture a Sam's Club or a BJ's or a Costco. You and I can buy the same Lysol, the same Cheerios, the same Bounty paper towels in Walmart, but because we belong to Sam's Club, we're going to pay less. So you're not buying any different than you would if you went to those other highly traveled sites. You're just going to buy it for less. So the power of our platform is you're familiar with it. You've seen the platform where you're going to enter where you're going and when you're going and when you're checking out, and you're going to press the word search. But what you're used to doing or receiving back is the numbers based on what that parity agreement is online. That bottom line that everybody's going to stick to on the travel space. What you're going to receive, though, is a platform where the company is literally going to give you the best possible price on any of your travel. And doesn't it make sense? If you were going to go to Disney and stay in a 2-bedroom suite right there near the Disney gate, would you rather have that extra $943 in your pocket or on Expedia's bottom line? See, because there are only two options. See, now today that you know better, the grandmother used to say, then you really should kind of do better. So here is one in Rome. Let's just look at Rome. A lot of people want to go to Rome because we think about, it's the fashion capital. They've got the best food. We always want to have a pizza, right? For Rome, but those cute little cafes. Well, there are two ways you can go to Rome. You can go to Rome paying the Expedia Priceline and Travelocity $1,337. But for us, right, and it should make sense to you that we only pay $525 for the exact same thing. We're talking about the same hotel on the same arrival date, the same departure date, the same everything, except not the same pocketbook cost. That $812 will absolutely never leave your bank card. So now you can go on more excursions, take more selfies in front of more monuments. Whatever it is that you want to do, you're going to have an opportunity to do. Here's an example of Colorado. Not on my bucket list because of that white stuff, but I can imagine it's very peaceful. Can't you imagine that it's very, very peaceful? One of my girlfriends, she was in Greenland recently, and she actually was on the sky lift, and she said she never thought she had a fear of heights until she got, but she was so exhilarating and the air was so fresh. Well, you know what? I like fresh air at $700 off. What about you? What about you? How about if we looked at this one? I probably don't even have to say where this is. Most people already know what this is just from the pictures, but I want you to imagine that if you're gonna be in another one of our cities that never sleeps, if you're gonna be in Las Vegas, where there's Celine Dion and Mariah Carey and Cirque du Soleil and Diana Ross and Boyz II Men, wouldn't you want to be there to experience all Vegas has to offer with almost an extra $1,000 in your bank account? I don't know about you, but see, I can spend it while it's still up here. I can't spend it once I've given it away to Expedia and Priceline. But can I give you guys like a dream vacation? Can I tell y'all about something that is on my bucket list? See, this is Bora Bora. This is right down there in the South Pacific. This is my ideal dream location because guess what? At these over-the-water bungalows, portion of the floor is carved away. You can look right through your toes, through the glass, and see Finding Nemo. But I want you to picture that this is you. Now, you're out here on your deck, and you look a little bit to the right, you look a little bit to the left. To the left is somebody who paid $6,708. And then, to the right, people who checked in on the same dates as you paid another $6,708 plus taxes and fees for their bungalow. But you know what? You're excited to go lay down in your lounge chair, and it has cushion too. Look at that. Or go get inside of your hot tub knowing that you did not spend an extra $3,200. And be nice to travel and have an extra $3,000 that you thought you were gonna spend on the trip still in your bank account. Of course it would. Listen, we've got everything from rental cars to cruises to flights. But on your cruises, rental cars, and your hotels and resorts, we offer 150% lowest price difference guarantee. Why? Because we know we have the best price. When you're a member with us, we know we have the best price. And family, cruises, everything you want to do all day long, 24/7 excitement, right at your fingertips. But look at our price, even on rental cars. Family, I was recently in St. Louis and I had to fly myself to New York. And in order to do that, it was kind of like I got an emergency trip. I had to literally get a rental car, drive over to Chicago to catch my flight to New York because I couldn't get anything out of St. Louis in time. And it was so funny because the young lady was like, how are you getting this car for $14 a day? And it's because of my membership. She was trying to sell me her car. I was like, I just need to know how your debit card program works. You can't beat my price. And you know how they say there's an app for that? Well, there's an app for that, family. Listen, the app that we have literally, and let me just show you on my phone so that you can see. It is an app that allows you to book everything from your hotels to your cruises to your rental cars to your weekly stays, your flights, there's an app for that. But this is not what I want to talk to you about on this page, really. I really want to talk to you about something that we call a vacation vault. Now, what that is, well, let me tell you this. You get to double dip in Surge with your membership. So, you'll stay in Hilton. If you're a Hilton Honors member, they'll give you reward credits. You'll fly on Southwest, and if you're a mileage member, they'll give you, so many miles. But these two entities will never come together until now. See, not only will you still earn reward credits from them, you'll earn reward credits right here in Surge. But the difference is when you book a hotel stay, those reward credits are added to your cruise. Those reward credits are added to your rental car. Those reward credits are added to your flight. Those reward credits are added to weekly stay. And unlike those other platforms where your reward credits last 2 to 3 years, in this vacation vault, every single reward credit has a shelf life of 10 years. Let me tell you about a young lady by the name of Charlize. So this past October, we went to Brazil. Charlize had enough reward credits inside of her membership where she was able to fly round trip out of Raleigh, North Carolina into Miami, round trip out of Miami into Brazil. She spent $33 because the reward credits from her vacation vault paid for the rest of the thousands of dollars for those flights for she and her husband. That's powerful. So sometimes people say, well, you know what, Coach JP, are you guys like the only travel membership out there? No, we're not. As a matter of fact, one of the granddaddies of travel membership happens to be American Express. Most people, if you own or you have a American Express charge card, and you have a certain income level, they've invited you to join their membership. They've invited you, right, to either purchase a $10, $20, or $30,000 membership that has a now $3,500 price tag annually, right, just to maintain the membership. And these are some of the benefits that they offer. What I don't see that they offer is, those reward credits. I don't see where they offer. Oh, as a matter of fact, as opposed to me telling you about that, let me tell you about Nick Pagano. He went on a presentation for the American Express membership platform. It is a company they have called Inspirato. So he goes on this vacation. They're pulling up, all this is what we can save you, and they're showing it to him. So Nick is kind of a smart aleck, right? Nick says, let me look at my membership and see what the price would be for me. So Nick goes in his membership. Here's what he told us. They were saving people 10, 15, and 20%. And our platform saves people 30, 40, 50, sometimes 60 and 70% off the exact same thing. See, this is what we decided. We felt like that, you know what, American Express has done great. So let's take some of the ideas that we feel are formidable and good ideas, but let's make it better. Let's make it better, right, by doing this. And you tell me if what we decided to do makes sense. Right? That you can go where you want, when you want, with whom you want, whether it's vacation travel, business travel, or everyday travel. It doesn't matter. So in other words, you don't have any elimination period. There is no, you can't travel on King Day. You can't travel on Mother's Day or Christmas. There are no blackout dates. And then we're so confident in our pricing that not only do we show their pricing online when you select your hotel, but we also have 150% lowest price difference guarantee. And something else that we thought kind of eliminated way too many people was that we decided not to have a price point that was $10, $20, or $30,000. As a matter of fact, this particular membership is sold by the owner of the technology behind the membership for $18,000. But because we move so much volume in these memberships, we're able to bring it to you for $299 one time. And then only $59.95 plus processing and taxes, $63 a month. But we don't even want you to even have that. As a matter of fact, a young lady on my team by Tanisha, when she first got started in the platform, she immediately booked to go to London, and because her cousin sings as Tina Turner over in London. Well, she, her mom, her sister, and her auntie booked to go to London, right? Now, she was able to save $2,400 on her flights because they were $1,200 on United, and then they were $600 in her membership. And then she was able to save another $400 on her baggage fees. So her total savings were $2,800. Now, we don't guarantee flights, but I guess she caught it at the right time going overseas. But then she was able to save $1,400 on her room. Now, I tell you about her story on this particular slide because she doesn't make a monthly payment. She found 3 people that were travel buddies, and they loved the idea of traveling for less as well. And guess what? Because they love traveling and own a membership, the company waived her monthly subscription fee. Can you imagine being able to save over $4,200? Her total savings right now is $7,500, and she does not make a monthly subscription payment. That's bananas. But we can do the same thing for you. Well, here's a fun fact. We don't just offer a basic membership. We actually offer what we call the ultimate platinum membership as well. Now, you still own that wholesale membership. And one of the things I always forget to tell you is that $299, this ultimate platinum membership allows 4 people to travel in your membership. So that means you and your spouse and maybe 2 adult children. Right? That can book and travel through this one platform for one price. As a matter of fact, just the upgrade fee of $200, that's it, one time, buys you the ultimate platinum membership. And it's a membership where not only do you still have, this amazing, membership, but you also have a travel agency, and you also have an unlimited customer program, and you also, listen, we have found so many people that want to travel agents. As a matter of fact, I did not know that there's a travel agency as well until now. Travel is huge, but I want you to imagine being at home, because that's where I'm at, right? I'm at home, you're at home, we're all at home, but you're able to build a full-fledged travel agency right here in your membership. Not to mention our unlimited customer program. Talk to you about that in a second. And then there's a risk-free guarantee, infinite possibilities. So with our customer program, I want to just ask you a question, because we are successful guarantee. You try then. If you knew we had a success system that you can just plug and play. Remember I told you with franchise, it's just a matter of plugging and playing. We got the handbook already. And that whatever travel, whatever they save, you earn 60% of that. We even say, you know what? Listen, if you're not 100% sure, just get 10 people to sign up on your link, because you're gonna have your own independent link. Now you'll go to GoDaddy and you'll create a domain name for it, and we'll redirect it to the business link that we give you. But just get 10 people to sign up on your link, because your customers sign up for free. Right? And listen to some training, because if you're going to be a doctor, you got to go to medical school. If you want to be, a lawyer, you got to go to law school. If you want to be an architect, what do you have to major in? Architecture. But if you're going to succeed in this franchise-like platform, then we're going to suggest that you train. Well, if you say after a year, I'm not happy, the company, lets you walk away. But let me tell you why that doesn't happen. Because this is your vortex. This is your customer program. You will share your link with your friends and family. We call it like the friends and family hookup, friends and family discount. But you'll share your link with your friends and family, right? They may look online and they may see, because they were trying to go to Florida, that they could get this 2-bedroom condo, 3-bedroom condo, and it would normally price, because we show the public price online, right, at $2,579. They realize they can spend $2,000, but most people are from where? Missouri. What's that state? The Show Me State. So they literally pull up, the slides for the Show Me, just to verify. And they see, yes, I actually could save $500. This is why people don't go anywhere. Because when they book and save $500, guess what? You're going to get a check for $306. That's a no-brainer. Where would we go? Right? That's money that's just sitting there waiting to happen. And doesn't it make sense for you to one day go to your mailbox and you got a check in the mail from the company, and that check is because somebody took a vacation and you didn't even know they took it? Isn't that a beautiful thing? Well, you know what? We thought about something. This was back in November. It was being taught, but it was eureka for me. And since November, I've spoken to dozens and dozens and helped dozens and dozens of pastors, nonprofit organizations, even a little league team, a Girl Scout troop, to be able to start to create monies in the world of travel. We call it the ultimate fundraiser. See, think about it. What is one of the number one things that plagues a nonprofit organization? Funds. And so we do creative things like car washes and bake sales and yard sales and things of that nature, or we ask our members, donors, and contributors for additional funds. But what if we could show you how to raise money with what your donors, members, and congregation are going to do anyway? So here's an example. See, we had this wonderful letter that can go out to the member nonprofit or your organization, your alumni association, your ministry, your fundraiser, your nonprofit, that just says to them, hey, listen, we have found a way to raise money for the whatever it is you need. And we're not going to ask you to donate funds to that, or you can, but I'm just saying, here's the point. But we found a way to raise money without asking for additional funds, but we have a travel link. Now, with our link, 85 to 90% of the time, you're going to save money. But because it's our link, whatever you save, 60% of that will be donated back to our organization, our church, our nonprofit. I have a pastor Pastor Goodman, what he does is has somebody read it every day on his announcements. Another pastor, over Sunday, another pastor has it on his monitor. Like Pastor Goodman, they have it on the, I'm drawing a blank, the handout that we get, yeah, you know what I'm talking about. One pastor, had it emailed, like he sent a text to everybody's, not a text, but a notification to everybody's email address in the organization. My point is, how you get it out there is totally up to you. I want you to understand the math and the genius behind it. Let's just say you had a ministry of 1,500 people. We're not even going to say everybody travel. That's kind of lofty, right? Grandmother used to say, give me worst case scenario. We're going to just say 20% of your member base, your association base, your nonprofit, 20% of your base travel. And we're not going to say, like the previous example, that they save $511, or like, we're just going to say they save 50 measly dollars. Now, what you're going to get in actual cash, if that was your church, that would be $9,000 you just raised. Your association just raised $60,000. By letting people do what they were going to do anyway, because your link to money, guess what? Raise money for your organization. See, we have everything in one package. Better than a franchise. Absolutely 100% better than a franchise. Now, if you own a franchise, one of the reasons for owning a franchise is because with a franchise, you're going to have a proven system to earn income. We don't see McDonald's closing down. They may relocate, but they don't close down. We don't see Chick-fil-A shutting down. Why? Because of the proven success compensation system. So we're saying if everybody is traveling, why not make travel a business? As a matter of fact, a young man by the name of Warren Buffett that has his hands in all types of businesses and investments gives you a piece of advice. He says to increase your wealth, you must start a business. But it can't just be any business. Kind of like owning a franchise, not just any business. He said things you like to do should be a hobby of yours, but things that the world does should be a business of yours. What is the world doing? The world is what? They are traveling. Now, here are the founders the co-founders of our company. And one of the things, you remember I told you we move a lot of volume, and that's why we're able to bring that membership to you at such a low price. That's because we've done over $3 billion in travel sales, family. In addition to that, we've been able to pay out over $40,000 of the $1,000 bonuses I'm going to talk to you about. I mean, imagine, what would life be like if you were earning an extra $1,000 every 2 weeks, an extra $1,000 a month? The company does that, right? We've also already paid out over 500 of those $10,000 bonuses. And not to mention, family, we've gone on to have 100 seven-figure earners, that's $1 million earners right here, working from home. It's interesting. I was speaking to a young lady the other day, and she was saying to me, she said, I'm a single mom. I'm raising 4 children. But I can't make my ends meet. I need an extra $400 or $500 or $600, right? I need an extra $400 or $500 or $600, to be able to make that happen. And so I was telling her, she was saying, but I don't want to really leave home for a second job because I have a senior, a freshman, a junior, and I have a 6th grader. And I don't want to leave them home for an additional 4 or 5 or 6 hours. And I was telling her that, going out and to get a job is a cool thing, but what if I could introduce you to an opportunity where you could really just kind of set your own hours, where there were multiple ways that you can earn income, and the earning of the income was not all just based on you, where you could literally be in business, and just like a franchise, we've got a step-by-step training platform. A step-by-step training platform. So there's no experience that's going to be required on your part. I don't need you to know what to do. I need you to be listened and trained on what to do. Where you're not an employee, nor are you bringing on employees, but in addition to a business tracking system and us training you, you also have an artificial intelligence coaching system that is so good that Walt Disney did it first. And we decided that if it's good enough for Walt Disney World, it's good enough for us. That's going to work with and train you and guide you while we work with, train and guide you. I said, would it be better to have a platform where you own your own opportunity? And now not only can you create the income, but you can include your children and have tax benefits that you don't have now, in addition to what you have with your children, additional tax benefits because you're in business. Because guys, they tax the money. That part-time income is taxed at anywhere from 28 to 33%. Business income is only taxed at 18 to 23%. So what I want to show you is what I shared with her about our compensation plan. Hands down the best compensation plan out there. $20. Add that to whatever platform you choose. $20 launches your company. And as I expressed to her, watch us work, because the first thing that we're going to do is help you to bring on your first 3 business partners inside of your first 8 days. Why? because it's going to give you a $150 fast start bonus and $30 for each person that you referred. Who are these people? I don't know. Maybe one of them says, I just love to travel. I just want to save on travel. One of them said, hey, I'd love to be a travel agent. One of them said, I'm all about getting paid. I've got to set up a legacy for my family. It doesn't matter. But you just earned back $240, of just in your first 8 days. But our goal is in 30 days. And I shared with her that we're going to be able to put 3 times what you said you needed in your pocket in 1 month. And I asked her, do you know how many hours you would have to work at Macy's at $10 an hour or wherever to earn $1,440? That's 140 hours. Family, this is what we do. As a matter of fact, we do the heavy lifting for you. Just like somebody invited you to this webinar, you know what? We're going to have you invite people to a webinar. Or we may sit down with them in a Starbucks with you, or we may invite them to your home or our home. It doesn't matter, right? But we're the ones doing the heavy lifting because you don't know what you're doing yet. We're just expecting you to watch and learn. But family, there are some of us that are really we really have things that we need to take care of. We don't need just a $1,000 bonus, right? We need multiple $1,000 bonuses. Well, what if I shared with you that with a simple concept of 3 and 3, just a simple concept of 3 and 7 is what I'm going to show you right now. 3 and 7, what do I mean? Well, our goal, remember when I was telling you about Tanisha, and I told you that Tanisha doesn't make that monthly subscription payment? Well, that's because she has 3 travel buddies that like the platform and they have their membership too. Well, every time you help somebody to get their 3, family, every 7 of those will pay you a $1,000 bonus. So when you help somebody get rid of that monthly subscription, you're actually helping yourself. Now that is what I like to call a win situation. So let's just say this is over here to the left. You have your fast start team. You bought in your first 3, no more monthly subscription payment. You're a team builder, but then you go on to bring on, now we are talking platinum sales, just so you know, right? You go on to bring on 3 people. It doesn't matter what they want to do, does it? No, it doesn't, right? It really doesn't matter. As a matter of fact, if we were selling pencils with this comp plan, it is still an amazing comp plan. But the fact that we have a bananas product means just that much more. So these 4 people come in. That's 4 of your what? 7. So 4 or 7. Keep that number in mind, right? What are we going to help them do? Remember that magic number 3? Let's help him get rid of his monthly payment. He may not do it fast enough, $250 bonus, but he added 3 to your 4, which is 7. That just paid you, if you look to the bottom left, a $1,000 bonus. Now you may be saying to yourself, but I didn't do all the work. And that's what she said. I said, you don't have to. See, every time 7 sales falls in your team builder network, whether you did the work or not, whether you lift a finger or not, will pay you a $1,000 bonus. I shared with her, this is how you have time freedom with income, is when you help somebody help themselves and you win and you teach somebody else to do the exact same thing. You don't have to physically be present. As a matter of fact, Warren Buffett says if you have to be where the money is earned, you're not working in a wealth building platform. But see here, every time 7 sales falls in your network, whether you did the work or not, you earn $1,000. Every time 100 new sales falls into your team builder network, you earn $10,000. And just like those $1,000 bonuses are unlimited, the $10,000 bonuses are unlimited as well. So now you're looking at an opportunity to not just earn one $10,000 bonus. Let me tell you about, Letitia Nicole Beatty. This young lady has earned 5 of those $10,000 bonuses, 5 of them. Because now it's not Letitia running out and finding 500 people. No, there are people who referred other people, who referred other people, who referred other people. And we are the only comp plan that does that, the unlimited thousands, the only comp plan that does unlimited $10,000 bonuses. Remember I told you better than a franchise, right? The only compensation plan, right? Where in 100 days of your launching your business, you can earn $50,000. Oh my God, what do you need? What would that do for you and your family? Does that start a college fund? Does it finish off a college fund? Does that start a housing project? Does it finish off a housing project? Does it allow you to take care of a parent? Does it allow you to put a child in private school? Maybe there's a medical procedure that your child or your parent needs that the insurance company doesn't cover. You've got it right here inside of this platform. What would that do? How does that change your life? I mean, think about what you earned last year and add $50,000 to it. Add $50,000 to it, right? What does that do for your 2019? Well, interestingly enough, she says to me, she said, Miss Parker, I've got so many activities and things going on with the children. If I can just find a way to just earn that extra $500 per month, that would be perfect for me. And I said to her, it is very, very simple. It's the exact same thing. It's just put in compressed in a different package. So I told her our goal is going to be to help you get 3 and free. But what do you think those 3 want to do? When they know that you don't pay $63 a month, they're going to want to be 3 and free too. And so we are going to help you go get those 3, their 3. That adds 9 more people to your team here, because 9, everybody wants free, right? Everybody, if you can get a quality product with no monthly subscription, doesn't it make sense for you to? So we help those 9 to get their 3. Guess what? That's 39 total people on your team. That's a guaranteed $500 a month. And you know why you're going to keep it? Because what do you think those 27 want? So that they can have how much monthly fee? 0. 3 for 0. I like that. 3 for 0. So now, here's the beautiful thing. As a recap, right? Listen, you don't have to be you don't even have to be a team builder or working in a team builder group to even earn those bonuses. You refer, you get paid. Your team refers, you get paid. You have check matches, residual income, that monthly guarantee, but it gets even better. And I know, once I told you about the 50,000, you thought that was perfect, right? But it gets better than that, because we're talking about legendary and legacy income. The people that invited you, or the person that invited you to this webinar, is a person that decided, A, I want a legendary lifestyle now, and B, I want to leave a legacy for those that will come behind me. Well, let me tell you what we have, and I've seen and been part of some director platforms. Nobody has one that's as amazing as this one. So our Ultimate Director Program, what is so amazing about it is, and I want you to just I want you to picture, being able to have an extra $12,000 coming in every single year on work you did years ago, right? See, because at level 1 with our director platform, they're going to give you a very nice blue blazer, but $1,000 a month. What does that do? I have nephews, 3 of them. One is 5'11", 162, 164. Do you know my sister-in-law spends about $1,000 a month in groceries? I've never seen children go through a box of cereal. She doesn't buy the regular box, the big box, the industrial size that has the 2 bags in it. I've never seen people eat so much as these 3 children. What about when you get to level 2 direct? I'm just messing, but it would help, right? What about, when you get to level 2 and they're going to purchase for you a Dodge Charger or a Dodge Challenger, and you're earning $2,000 extra per month. Oh yeah, by the way, they buy the car. You don't put it in your name or anything. They pay for the insurance. They pay taxes, title, and licensing fees, and give you $2,000 a month to drive it. Oh, and a very, very nice gray jacket, right? It's actually a blazer. Then when you get to level 3, now that the bad news is you're gonna have to give away the Dodge Charger. You got to give it back. But when you're giving it back, it is because you've upgraded yourself to either a Mercedes CLA 45 AMG, Jaguar XF, or a BMW 428i. That's the beauty of this particular platform. And now you're earning $4,000 a month. So I want to ask you a very, very important question before I'm just going to pull this one up, but I want to ask you a very, very important question. When do you want to retire, right? When do you want to retire? I just want to show you something real quick. I was listening to a training the other day, and it blew my mind, because the young man said that, you asked the question, when do you want to retire? And most people will say yesterday, tomorrow, today, right? But you got to have a game plan. Do you have a game plan set up to help you retire? And for most people, I have a 401k. I know mine started looking like a 101k, but most people don't have an exit strategy. He says, well, do you know what you want to retire with, right? Like, if you wanted to retire early, how much would you need? So he said, let's just say your number was $5,000. He said, you have to multiply that number by 200, because interest is about 6%, right? He said, you have to multiply that number by 200. And I think when I did it, 5,000 times 200, was $1 million. So this is what you would need in an interest-bearing account, right? Earning 6%. So when I multiply the $1 million times 6%, it's $60,000 a year in interest. You divide that by 12 months, and it's $5,000 per month. Most of us may never be able to save that. But guess what most of us can do? We can work in our own business that's better than a franchise and create the same income, create that same income, helping other people to realize some of their dreams. We move to what is the most amazing, lucrative compensation plan on the planet. We can create that right here. See, this is a business of what we call sweat equity. A business where the more you work, the harder you work, the luckier you get, the more you earn. But imagine an extra $12,000 a month, every single month from now on work you did 5 years ago, 3 years ago, 7 years ago. The work is still paying you because like a franchise, like the owner of a franchise, like a Ray Kroc who founded McDonald's, as business continues to grow, his estate continues to grow. Level 7, I don't know, $1 million vacation home, yacht, or $1 million motor coach. The couple that I spoke to on last night said that motor coach looked real good for them, right? They want one called a Prevost that's actually out of Canada, I think they said. And so they were just saying how amazing they really, really are. And then a company that says if you do the work, if you put in the sweat equity, if you'll help people help themselves, and you get to level 8, $100,000 a month, $1.2 million a year, every single year from now on. But I got to tell you, they said, of course, you want to get started and don't let things stand in your way from getting started. But for me personally, I just come out of just a few years before, losing everything coming through the recession, having to move back home with my mom, and I didn't believe a whole lot. But I drove down to the Crown Plaza in Atlanta, Georgia, to see a young lady by the name of Tashana Richardson get her Dodge Challenger. And I remember I needed to just believe. I needed to see the founders. I needed to see who they were. Were they real people that really, really cared? Because if I aligned myself with some people, I needed to align myself with people who believe like I believe and have a servant attitude like I have. And so I'm down there and I see them, love on this young lady that they'd only known for a year. She earned this ring that signifies that you've earned anywhere from $100,000 to $249,000 in 12 months. So she earned that. And I watched him hand her $15,000 in checks, the car keys to a brand new Dodge Challenger, the license plates, right, to a brand new Dodge Challenger. And I remember all of us exiting the room to go around to the side of the building and see her brand new car and just how proud her children were of her. See, the company is here to bless people. Our mission, 10,000 financially independent families by 2020. We want you to be one of them. Don't be like me and make every excuse. Get started. So grandmother would tell you, like she would have told me, had I sat down and told her about this decision, I can hear her now in my head. Don't put off till tomorrow what you need to get done today. You got to make sure you get all your eggs out of one basket. You got to have multiple streams of income. She used to say with that, there's more than one way to skin a cat. She used to say that there's no time like the present and that time waits for no one. All these things that she used to say that are rolling around in my head, I'm going to share with you. So get back with the person that invited you to this particular webinar or this particular, replay, right? And let them know that you are sick and tired of being sick and tired. You do want more. You do want to travel more. You do want to enjoy more of life. That you've got children that you want to take care of, parents you want to take care of, debt you need to clear, whatever it is that would mold you. Maybe you're doing great. You just want to do greater. Whatever it is, we can help you because we're better than a franchise. God bless each and every one of you, family. Thank you so very much for chiming in. This particular webinar is officially over. You have an incredible rest of your day. And remember, the harvest is plenty. Abundance is your birthright. We've got the best thing smoking, y'all. Let's go tell the world. We'll talk to you soon.